All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are joined by TreDavious White from Louisiana State University. TreDavious, if you don't mind, just kind of talk a little bit about being here at SEC Media Days.
I'm from the start. I'm enjoying it. I like to talk, so being here is not a problem for me. And just being social. I mean, just getting along and just seeing guys from other teams. So I'm looking forward to the rest of the process.
And we'll take questions. Left side, second row.
What do you feel is the relationship in Baton Rouge between African Americans and the police department?
On that, I feel like it's not a problem. I feel like if you treat people with respect, they will respect you. And the way I was brought up that way. So in the situation that's going on now, I feel like our best bet as athletes and at LSU is to win football games. That will bring the community together.
Left side by the door.
Hey, Trey, I'm curious, going back to your decision to return to school. I know it's something you've talked about before, but now that you've had time from the process, looking back, any second thoughts, any regrets?
Never. My decision to come back was one of the best of my life. Actually, this is going to be the last year of my life where I can do a lot of things for free and eat for free, sleep for free, and just live for free. So being a college kid for one last year, I mean, that was ultimately the decision. And being one of the first in my family to graduate from college, it was a big deal too.
Front row, left side.
How often during a live scrimmage has Leonard stretched one out there and you've had to try to cut him down? If so, what's that like?
It's from you can tell, from playing against different teams, you can tell he's done that a lot in practice. So that's kind of a rehearsal. But I've chased him down quite a few times. But it's a tough task to bring him down, as you can tell from watching him on TV.
Front row, right side.
If somebody didn't know who you were, what would be the most important thing you would want them to know about you?
The most important thing I would want them to know was that I was a class valedictorian in high school. I graduated with a 4.3, and I was one of the first guys to win valedictorian at my high school, and I was one of the first to do that. So I would want them to know that about me, not only just about football.
Right side, third row.
There's a photo going around of Coach Miles in a police officer uniform for a movie he's filming. What did you make of that?
I wasn't surprised. I would say that Coach Miles, everybody knows he's a character, and he's like that each and every day, and we just love to play for him. And when a guy genuinely cares about you, you're willing to do everything for him. So with that photo, I mean, I really just laughed, and I sent it in the group text that we have.
Left side, third row.
Hey there, so going into this season, a lot of people are picking you guys to win the West and even the SEC. What kind of mindset does it take to go up against, the competition that you have to play, to go up against a program like Alabama that's won, national championships recently? What kind of mindset do you have to beat that?
You have to be mentally tough playing in this league. You have to take the initiative each and every day, because, everybody's working hard. You got to try to bring something different to the table. And I feel like this offseason, we've been taking that step to, bringing something different to the table to try to get us over that hump of, getting to the SEC championship and then winning it all.
Front row, left side.
Do you like getting involved with the back and forth with Florida about who's the better school for defensive backs?
It's fun. I don't really like to engage in it, but when it comes down to it, I mean, those guys have great players too, and we know that. So I feel like we're DBU, but I feel like it's just not only what we do on the field, but also what we do off. I mean, the bond that we share as a group of young men, and the way that we hang out, and the way that we look out for each other. I feel like that's another reason why we're DBU.
Left side here by the door.
Trey, it seemed last year like there were times where in the secondary maybe there were blown coverages out of confusion. Has Dave Aranda replacing Kevin Steele simplified things, or did it seem that way in the spring?
I wouldn't say so. It was definitely on us as players of taking the responsibility of learning everything. And I feel like it's on me as a leader, and it's on the players as of being wanting to be the best defensive backfield in the country. I feel like it's on us to take the initiative to learn the system in and out, and just learn when you're going to get certain things in the game, and just learn that we're on a microscope. I feel like as a defensive back, you don't want to let your team down by giving up big plays, and I feel like we'll limit those things this year.
Maybe another way to ask it, how has it been different with Dave Aranda than Kevin Steele?
I mean, it's pretty much the same. We're going to play that LSU defense, but Coach Aranda, he's bringing something different to the table. He's more of a soft-spoken guy. You'll think about it. You'll think about, we'll be his daughters, the way he talks, how soft that he talks. You think he'll think we're girls. So, I mean, it's been fun, having him around.
I think we have time for one last question. Any more questions for TreDavious? Right here, front row, last question.
Kevin Tolliver, what are your impressions of him after his first year, and can we expect him to be healthy going into that first game?
Expect big things from him. Expect him to have, one of the big years as a sophomore. The way that guy competes, and we all know he's have the physical ability, but the way he's asking questions in the film room, and the way that he's going about his business of doing things in the classroom too. I mean, so it's gonna pay off for him, because it all translates. The way you act in the classroom is the way you're gonna perform on the field. Those things go hand in hand. So I feel like he's gonna have a big year.
That's all we have time for. Thanks.